Ito po, pakinggan muna natin itong salaysay po kahapon ni Miss Crisel Mago.
Influence from varying sources po. Without undue influence from varying sources po.
Why did you seek the protection under the House of Representatives?
Mr. Chairman, as indicated in my letter, I want to speak freely without undue influence from varying sources po.
Do you have anything to say to this committee?
Mr. Chairman, I prepared an opening statement. May I be allowed to read it?
Okay, 10 minutes. Please proceed.
Good morning. I am Crisel Grace Mago, a former employee of Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation. To begin, I extend my gratitude to the House of Representatives Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability for graciously allowing me time to make an opening statement and for having me under their protective custody. I am here to address a few points. First, I confirm that the official statement dated 28th of September 2021 was issued by me. I apologize for going off the radar for a few days. I simply needed time to breathe and to process everything that had just transpired. I also extend my gratitude to all those who expressed concern over my safety and well-being. I am here, I am alive, and I am safe. Thank you very much. Let me also share a few sentiments that I have harbored for quite some time. As a shy and socially awkward person, the past 2 months have been difficult for me, which has been exacerbated by my involvement in the ongoing investigations where I was invited as one of the resource persons. While testifying before the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee last September 13, 2021, I was questioned about the specifics of Pharmally's first contract with PSDBM. It was extremely traumatic for me. To be accused of lying and threatened with contempt. And true to their threat, they already arrested one of our executives. Personally, I was perplexed on how I could be perceived as a liar when I was simply answering questions directly based on the information that was reflected on our records, and I even willingly submitted the documents upon request. And after I relayed the sequence of events for that specific contract, one thing that stood out the most was the reaction to the advance delivery, which included disparaging remarks like parang grab lang. I do recognize that each and every one of us are entitled to our own interpretation and reaction to every revelation made during the hearings. And while I personally agree that delivery made before issuance of a purchase order was unusual, we should not overlook the fact that this took place during an unprecedented time. I personally struggled to purchase face masks at that same time for personal use. And I am certain that majority of the Filipino people also relate to this experience, most especially our frontliners. Furthermore, and on a more personal note, I tested positive for COVID-19 during the course of the hearings, which resulted in a decline in my physical and emotional health. Additionally, the overwhelming pressure and the intense scrutiny of the investigations have had a detrimental effect to my mental health. Over and above this, my personal mobile number and even my current place of address were also revealed publicly. This violated my right to privacy as a private citizen and also resulted in unwanted harassment and even disturbing messages and calls. Moving on, and on a second point, I deny all allegations made by the unidentified witness who appeared on a video presented by Senator Risa Ontiveros on September 24, 2021. And please allow me to expound on that. Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation, or PPC, has never delivered damaged items to the government, neither does it intend to. PPC conducts its routine quality inspections on the inventory prior to making deliveries. And it is in the conduct of these quality inspections that we were able to identify damaged face shields, which includes but not limited to dented, folded, torn or broken, and discolored face shields. Now, these damaged face shields were immediately segregated subject to proper disposal, and therefore they were excluded for delivery. And moreover, when we received the inventory, it was already inconsistently packed to begin with, meaning that there were face shields packed individually, and then there are also those in groups. And to make matters worse, there was a significant number of packed face shields that we opened solely for the purpose of removing the damaged items. And as a result, we ended up with an inventory so inconsistently packed, ranging from about 6 to 10 face shields per pack, in addition to the face shields that were individually packed. So I raised this concern to our management in a meeting sometime in August 2021. And it has been decided to repack the stocks uniformly in groups of 10 face shields per packaging. This is for an easier and more efficient inventory management and accounting. And this is the same instruction that I gave to the warehouse personnel. And in the course of the repacking, the face shields, the packaging which had broken quantities were merged together to form 10 pieces per packaging. And in the conduct of the repacking, the product certificates got mixed up, and some were subsequently discarded because the staff only needed to put one product certificate per packaging. So to further clarify, the face shields required by the Department of Health for this specific contract are non-medical grade face shields, and this is also stated in the technical specifications. Third point, regarding my previous testimonies on the questions pertaining to swindling the government, I do admit that it was a pressured response. Given the amount of pressure that I was under at that time, and even the rush of emotions associated with the allegations made and my subsequent admission, I was not in the proper frame of mind to think clearly. At that time, to be honest, what I considered was the fact that we already delivered a portion of these face shields containing the mixed product certificates to the Department of Health. But after the Senate hearing, and after I evaluated my answers or my testimonies, I realized that the face shields that we partially delivered to the Department of Health have not been inspected. Hindi pa po siya na-inspect and na-accept ng Department of Health. So hindi pa rin po siya na-allocate and distribute sa mga end users. And in addition, wala pong natanggap na bayad ang Pharmally from the Department of Health for this partial delivery. So I hope that this clarifies the situation. Finally, in light of the information presented, I thank you for your time and interest, and I welcome any questions that you may have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, yun. Ha? Alam niyo naman siguro na si Chairman Dick Gordon ay abogado. At iniyan ito. Matalino naman ito. Alam naman ito kung anong batas. At alam ito, nasa ilalim po ng ating saligang batas, meron po tayong isang katarungan dyan. Meron po tayong right, katarungan, di ba? Katarungan. Na hindi po maaring pilitin ang isang tao na magsalita laban sa sarili o magpalabas ng kung anumang informasyon na labag sa kanyang kagustuhan. Ang tawag dyan, yung mga testimony kung sa pulis ito, yung mga pag-aamin, siguro alam niyo naman yun, no? Na kung minsan may drug bust o hindi kaya may krimen na nangyari, tapos ginagamitan ng third degree, ang tawag doon sa linggo ng mga pulis. Third degree mo, ano mo ibig sabihin ng third degree? Bubugbugin mo. Titorture mo. Meron silang yung tinatawag na waterboarding. Yung waterboarding po, yung tinatanong nila, yung ini-interrogate nila, yung lalagyan nila ng ng tela sa may muka, tapos papaanoan ng tubig, bubuhusan ng tubig. Ano yun? Parang nalulunod ka nun. Ang sensation mo, kasi hindi ka makahinga pag nababasa yung tela dito, yan ang tawag waterboarding. Lalagyan dito ng kuminsan yung sako, yung sack, no? Lalagay niya dito, tapos ng tubig. Parang ganun ka. So talagang lahat pagpapahirap, lahat na kasakitan ay pinabadaan sa third degree ang tawag doon. At kapag may inamin po ang isang suspect na maaring gamitin laban sa kanya, sa ibinibintang sa kanya na kaso, pag malaman po yun ng hukuman that it was obtained under duress, duress yung may pressure, no? Coercion yung may pananakot, intimidation, ganoon pananakot. Ibabasura yan ng korte. Acquitted yan sigurado ang suspitsado. Because the Constitution, the rule of law, protects lahat po tayo. Hindi po tayo maaring pakantahin na labag po sa ating kagustuhan. Na kung meron silang hinahanap na katotohanan, ituro mo, saan ang hideout nyo? Bag. Parang ganun. Na kung nakakaawa yung napakatalino mo naman, napakabait, matalino, mahihain daw siya. Hindi daw siya, tawag sa sarili niya, awkward. No? Yung parang hindi niya alam sa mga, especially sa ganitong mga pangyayari, ano ba ito? No? Nailagay siya doon, parang isinalang siya sa isang mainit na oven. Na hindi niya alam kung bakit nandito ako, bakit ako inakausahan ng mga senador na ito na nagnanakaw kami, nagswindle kami, niloko namin ang gobyerno. Kaya naguguluhan. Yun ang salaysay ni Miss Crisel Mago. Naguguluhan na ako. Kaya dahil naguguluhan ako, nagka-COVID pa ako, siguro parang para na lang matapos. Para na lang matapos itong pagdudusa niya sa ilalim po ng Gestapo. Gestapo, ito sila eh. Si Gordon, general sa Gestapo. Si Dridon, general sa Gestapo. Si Risa Hontiveros, general sa Gestapo. Para lang matapos yung kanyang pagdudusa, yung kanyang paghihirap. O sige na, aminin ko na, kahit na wala naman siya dapat aaminin. Para na lang na makaligtas siya doon. Para na lang makalabas siya. So ito nga po ang nakakalungkot sa ating lipunan ngayon. Na dito po sa Pharmally na ito, Yun nga, sinabi niya, hindi ka nababayaran yun eh. Ha? Yung shipment na yun na kinikwestiyon niya, hindi naman daw medical grade. At hindi naman nila tinamper yung pinalitan yung mga expiration date kasi hindi kasi medical grade, no? Para lang ito sa sa frontliners. At yun nga, nag-deliver sila kahit na wala pa yung PO, alam mo yung PO, purchase order. Yun po ang kontrata. So, pag sabi po, sige, mag-supply kayo, hindi na po nila inintay yung matanggap yung purchase order, yung kontrata, yung papel. Kasi nagmamadalian. Everybody was in a rush. Kailangan ito hindi na makahintay ng kahit isang araw. Pero ito si Narisa Hontiveros, ito si Richard D. Gordon, Frank Redilon, si Kiko Pangilinan. Hindi, mali yan. Under normal circumstances, tama kayo na talagang unusual yan. Irregular yan, na nag-deliver ka, na wala pang, kahit na alam mo naman ikaw nanalo, under usual, normal circumstances, tama po kayo doon. Pero hindi ba, kayo mismo ang nag-aproba ng Bayanihan 1 kung saan po tinanggal na muna, sinantabi na muna yung mga bidding rules at lahat ng mga red tape yan. Kasi alam niyo po sa gobyerno, bago pa matapos ang procurement o yung pagbibili, aabutin ka ng 3 buwan. Sa kasimpleng face mask, dahil ako po provincial administrator ako for 9 years, so alam ko yan, aabutin ng 3 buwan yung paghintay mo bago ma-deliver ang mga pinakasimpleng bagay. Hindi ka po maaaring pumunta lang sa drugstore, bili ako ng face mask. Hindi. Kailangan dumaan ka sa tinatawag na bidding process. Kaya dahil nagmamadali po ang lahat noong mga panahon na yon. At lahat po tayo nakaranas yan. Nakarating ako ng Pampanga. Noong panahon na yun, nakarating ako ng Angela City, SM, para bumili ng alcohol. Ito, matandaan nyo, noong mga panahon na yun, mga March, no? February, March, wala pa nga pandemic, nagkaka-shortage na ng rabing alcohol. Nakarating ako doon sa Angeles, Pampanga para lang maghanap ng rabing alcohol. Nakabili ako, ilang dosena na alcohol, nabili ko doon. Dahil, siyempre, naniliguro ka. Hoarding yun, pero ano magawa mo? Gusto mong ingat ka. Baka iwas ka sa maaring infeksyon. Tapos sasabihin na, bakit kayo deliver na wala pang PO? Kasi alam naman namin na sa amin pupunta yung kontrata na yan. Kaya para na lang na kaagad-agad ito maibigay sa mga frontliner. Kung sa bagay po, sa totoo lang, itong advance delivery na kung wala kang hawak-hawak na dokumento, ano pa yan? Disadvantage yan sa supplier. Ano ngayon kapag hindi ka binayaran? Ano ngayon kapag sinabi ng DOH na, hindi namin nagustuhan yung, yung face shield ninyo, kahit na pamigay na yun. Wala ka namang hinahawakan. Ito yung, kasi baluktot kasi yung takbo ng isip ng mga taong ito, mga senador ito. Baluktot! Crooked! Demonyo! Hindi man nila naiintindihan na ang nasa disadvantage doon ay supplier kapag wala pa siyang purchase order. Di ba? Wala ka pang nahahawakan. Paano ka mababayaran? Kahit na i-deliver mo na doon, pero wala kang hawak-hawak na papel na ito ang kailangan mo para makasingil ka sa gobyerno, ay naku, baka magsisi ka pa, bakit ka nagmadali? Dahil sa gusto mo na makatulong ka. So ito po ang nakakasukana. Nakakasukana ng mga ipinapakita na ugali ni Chairman ng Gestapo, Richard D. Gordon. Nakakalimutan niya that you have to respect the rights of the resource persons. Hindi po isang prosecutor, huwes, hukom, at executioner ang mga senador ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Wala kayong karapatan na magusga. Nasabi nyo na swindling, nagnakaw. Wala. You have no power. You have no jurisdiction to make those conclusions. because under the rule of law, Senator Richard D. Gordon, that has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt, and only a competent court can make that judgment. Kahit may konting-konting duda lang nga Kahit na nga alam naman talaga natin na may nagawang kasalanan ng isang tao, katulad po ng may nakapatay, no? Nakapatay ng kapwa. Pero may duda kasi walang eyewitness, walang nakakita talaga na siya yung gumawa. Yung circumstantial evidence lang, pero wala ka naman mahanap na yung tinatawag na smoking gun. Kapag may duda nga po, kahit yung hukuman, Senator, Attorney, Chairman ng Gestapo, Richard D. Gordon, the court has no recourse. Wala pong ibang magagawa ang hukuman kundi i-acquit, iwalang sala ang akusado just because of doubt. Just because the case was not proven beyond reasonable doubt. Tapos ikaw, sa ganun-ganun lang ng mga kwento-kwento, merong testigo si Risa Ontiveros na binayaran lang pala, na kumanta daw, pero hindi naman totoo. Na-distort yung katotohanan, yung paliwanag ni Miss Crisel Mago, kung bakit na ganun na parang may pinalitan, no? Kasi sa shipment, may mga sira-sira dyan sa shipping and handling kapag siyempre patapon-tapon yan sa mga pagdating ng eroplano, hindi naman yan hinahawakan parang parang glass, no? Hindi naman yan nakabarka na fragile. Talaga sa shipping and handling, meron pong nasisira dyan. Yung mga konting dent, no? Yung parang konting dent sa Tagalog? Yupok sa Ilonggo. Na siyempre, kapag konting-konti lang na dent, reject na yan. Hindi mo na maaaring i-deliver yan. Kunin mo yan. Kaya kinailangan nila buksan yung mga packaging at hindi pantay-pantay yung packaging at binalik nila na 10 para mabilis. Kasi hindi man maaaring isa-isahin mo yun So, sinasampu nila. So, kapag itong isang box, may kulang na 10, may kulang diyan, papalitan mo ng yung walang damage. So, ganun yun. Pero, binaluktot nila ang katotohanan. Ginamit nila ito na pag-iingat din sana ng Pharmally. Na gamitin ito para palabasin na may nagawa itong katiwalian. But just the same, just to remind the ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, your job as the Blue Ribbon Committee is to correct wrongdoing in government. Wala po sa inyo ang kapangyarihan na maghanap ng kasalanan ng mga nasa pribadong sektor. Wala sa inyong kapangyarihan na magbintang ng mga mabibigat na kasalanan. At ito ngayon, napakaliwanag dyan, napakarami mismo dyan sa inyong bakuran. Senator Richard D. Gordon, and yet you pretend. You pretend as if you see nothing. You pretend as if you hear nothing. You pretend as if, ano pa ba? Lahat na lang, wala kang you cannot talk, hindi ka nakapagsalita tungkol sa katiwalian ninyo, hindi ka nakakarinig tungkol sa mga naibabalita sa inyo, hindi ka nakakakita kahit nakatiwang-wang dyan ang tabelya dyan na kinakalawang sa New Senate Building, yung legacy project ninyo, bahay ninyo! Chairman! Bahay ninyo! Tapos nabubulok na yung kabelya dyan, nasayang yung pera na nilagay dyan ng gobyerno, no? At hindi nga ma-account yung advance payment kasi nakatanggap ng 1.3 billion pesos yung contractor doon. At nakikita natin yung mga nailagay na kabelya, wala pang 100 milyon yun. So, ibig sabihin, nawawala yung 1 billion, higit 1 billion. And why is Chairman Gordon so quiet, so blind, so deaf about all these things?